Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Steam Prison, and okay, so oops, sorry, I forgot to close my sliding glass door. I don't need to be, like, talking and people downstairs listening to me. That'll be awkward enough. My neighbors next door might already listen to me, because there's a hole between our walls. I don't know. Anyway, so, like... Anyway, when we last left off, we're about to get a sword fight, and I'm concerned about this guy. And I think, in looking more at info, that the bodyguard route, we're the bodyguard? Or Eldcreed and Ulrich, maybe? I don't know, but anyway. And then the prisoner route is maybe we just are like, fuck that. I'm not gonna help you assholes. But I still just don't think that once we end up down here, because parents murdered, whatever, it's gonna be bad. And that's kind of awesome, but awful at the same time. I don't know how it's gonna work, but anyway. I don't even remember the voice we gave him last time, but it does not matter. He's an asshole. It's not one of our boyfriendos. Doesn't matter what his voice is anyway. He must be pretty confident if you have time to chat. Nobody dares to defy me here. We're going to have some fun together. I have a feeling we're going to be hearing that again soon. You sleazy! How am I going to go about this strategically? We stood at a distance from one another, swords drawn. I could see Sir Sashin's face beyond the tip of my blade. Carrying a sword meant that he had at least some skill with it. He also knew the environment better. I was at a disadvantage. No, I shouldn't think like that. The quickest path to defeat was to doubt myself. I had to believe I could win. First, I have to find out how good he is. I'll go first. Sir Sashin lowered his blade to his chest and parried my attack without flinching. Sparks flew where the swords collided. I brought the sword around and used the momentum for another strike. Ha! I just like that we're getting in a sword fight, like, right off the bat. I mean, that's pretty cool. We're not going to have a sword, and he is going to be... I mean, I think bad things are going to happen with him. And if it doesn't, I'd be shocked, because you set him up to be, like, a major antagonist, is all I'm saying. Rookie. Sir Sashin slammed my sword aside and raised his leg to kick me in my right flank, where I was now open. I barely had time to lower my stance and block his leg with my right arm. It was an improvised defense, and the shock of his kick was severe. I grimaced. My right arm... My sword arm tingled with pain. My grip was faltering. Sir Sashin sensed my weakness and brought his sword down without hesitation. Because I'm just... I mean, this is pretty fucking badass, CG. It's pretty fucking badass. Because I'm just saying, like, in the trigger warning on the game was, like, you know, like, basically, like, there's gonna be some sexual assault, and I just feel like if it's our love interest doing it, I'm gonna be disappointed. It really sounds like I'm saying, but if it's him, I'd be, like, okay with it. I'm not okay with it, but you know what I'm saying. Like, if it's him, that I understand and be like, yep, I expect that from him. Uh-huh, yep, nope, get it. I get it. You know what I mean? Because he just seems like that kind of skeezy asshole. Like, is gonna make our life here hell. And he'd, you know, I think he'd get off on that 100%, and I would not put it past him. And if that happened, I'd be like, yep, I don't blame them for why they thought that seemed logical for him, because it does. So, anyway. You're as weak as I thought. Don't underestimate me. We've barely started. I can slowly feel my arm again. I just need to calm down and react. There's nothing as boring as a sword fighter who fights according to all the rules. I'd rather be fighting the criminals. And they run and run and run and run. That's too many end runs. Ruined this point. It's all they can do. And in the end, when you catch them, you can kill them. Those that defy the hounds are punished according to our law, and we allow complete freedom in how we kill them. It's much more amusing than having to fight you. Again, this does not bode well for us. I didn't draw my sword to amuse you. I flexed my grip on my hilt and glared at Sir Sashin. I pity the hounds for having such a barbaric commander as you. And I pity you for only finding amusement in killing. You what? Oh no, we said the wrong thing to him. Oh god. Ha! We're so tough now. Our swords clashed again and again. The tip of my sword grazed Sir Sushan's cheek and drew a trickle of blood. You wench! Sir Sushan's eyes flashed with rage. Our swords clashed again. We were practically in biting range of one another. He's strong. He was pushing against my sword with all his might. It was difficult to maintain my footing. Do I move back or do I... The pressure suddenly disappeared. I caught a glint in the corner of my left eye. By the time I realized it was a short sword, the edge had already bitten into my left shoulder. Ugh! The pain was incomparable to the kick I had taken earlier. Warm blood ran over my skin. Who the fuck? I went down on one knee, startled by the pain. Spacey! Stand back, puppet. This is none of your business. Did he, double sword, or did someone else stab me? Because that's not fair. That's cheating. Woman, if you apologize for defying me, I'll show you mercy. However, yeah, she's not gonna, and it's gonna get worse. I love him so much, because I hate him. Okay, aside from this look, I mean, he's kind of hot, not gonna lie. You're he's not bad. Okay, he is a raging douchehole. But, they had to make him kind of pretty. But, so you're damn, why are the pretty ones gonna be such dickholes? But then it's gonna be awful because he's, such a cunt. But you love it because you're oh, you're awful. Applause for the awfulness, because it's just gonna get worse. Oh, I'm already feeling nauseous about what's gonna happen when we end up here with this fucker. And again, if they don't play into that 100%, I'm gonna be disappointed, because, it's gonna be one of those, when you're watching a movie or something and all the bad things keep happening, that character, that Dolores Umbridge character, you're God, I just want to fucking, oh, and you just hate her so much, but she keeps doing all these awful things. You're when does she get her comeuppance? That's what I fully expect from Sushan here. I fully expect him to be that character that's always there, and you're why? God, I hate him! Come on, stop! But he's always there. And then finally, at the end, maybe he gets his comeuppance, but it takes too long, and you're just, so angry that he exists the whole time. That's what I want. Yeah, that's the kind of character, the ones that are so awful that you hate them so much that you want to leap into the game and punch them in their smug faces. Those are the best. Sorry, that's when you know a character is written well, when you just loathe them so fucking much. When they're supposed to be hateable and punchable, and that's all you want to do is hate punch them. It's great. Anyway, he kicked my sword aside. You'll have to lick my boot first. Oh, okay, well now, no, go fuck yourself. We're gonna make this way worse for ourselves. I underestimated you. It's true. Perhaps I'm not skilled enough to beat you either way. But I won't apologize. It would be against my code. Girl, high five. Whoop. You damn... Sir Sushan raised his sword. What was that sound? I flinched. I'd never heard a noise like that before. Someone got a gun. A gunshot? Who fired a gun? Nobody answered. None of the residents dared to speak to him when he was in this state. Also, who stabbed me? Was it him? Because it was a short sword. Was it him? Because I don't think it was him. That's enough, Sash. Oh, this is one of our love interests. Really? Because, Sasha's actually hotter than Inez. I'm not gonna lie. It's the hair. His hair is fabulous. His hair's not. It's just why in the world did they give our love interest the unfabulous hair? Because, Finn, okay, he's not really a love interest, but he was. But he's got, stupid hair. Okay. Sasha... fabulous, gorgeous, fucking purple hair. Meh. Just doesn't work on his head. It's just... Maybe it's just a bad sprite, but it's it's disappointing. You're you could be better. Could you have been the asshole? Because, I mean, I'm just saying. Could we switch the sprites and just pretend? Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Anyway. I don't know what voice to give him. I don't know how he is. So we'll figure it out as we go. You know what I mean? Inez, did you just fire a gun? The man Sir Sashin had called Inez shook his head. No. I should do a really bad fucking accent on him, but I can't. I really hope we never have to call him Inez Heinrich Hein, because that is so fucking much to say, but anyway. I'm picturing some terrible fucking accents in my head, and I'm laughing. I'm sorry, I can't do it, but anyway. I don't know the voice to give him, because he seems very blank slate bland to me. A great suit, but like, just everything going on here is just meh. So I don't know. We'll figure it out when we go. For now, it's just whatever it is. Okay, so he's one of our later routes, which is, I guess, fine with me, because anyway. No, but I came here due to the gunshot. I don't recall an order from the Heights that we were to duel the observers, are we? That's none of your business. She drew her sword on me first. It is my business. We all serve the temple, and if the criminals see us fighting, it undermines our authority. I gotta find a better voice for him, but again, just suck it up for right now. Sir Sashin reluctantly sheathed his sword, grumbling under his breath. Thanks, bro. Okay, so he's better when he poses like that. It's the fucking 8-foot-long, like, arched eyebrow, like the... The hair's still not as good, but... And he's still not... He's still... Even with the pissed-off face, he's still hotter, but... Anyway. You two, sheath your sword. What should I do? Sir Sashin had put away his weapon, but still glared at me with murderous intent. I decided to trust the man who had convinced Sir Sashin to back off. Very well. I'm sorry, but who are you? Oh no, we have to say it. My name is Inez Heinrich Hein. I'm the second in command of the hounds. I feel like we should give him an Irish accent, because that totally goes with his name. Like, Inez Heinrich Hein. Just because you're like, that's... Really? Are you sure about that? Oh my god, that'd be so funny. I like it when, like, in London Detective Mysteria, they kind of wrote in an accent for Jack. You had no choice but to read his lines in a fucking accent, and it was so much easier than trying to, like, make one terribly. I mean, we've done it in a few other games, but it was so much easier to just do it when they had, like, they wrote in the kind of Cockney kind of accent. So it just made it a little bit easier to fake one. But also, if I do an accent, he's gonna sound like he's fucking, like, Irish or some shit, and it's, like a really bad one, obviously. And that's just... Is that funnier? Might be funnier. Anyway. I'm the second in command of the hounds. Okay. Second in command? It makes sense that he convinced Sir Sashin to stop then, but... Sir Sashin and Sir Inez were of similar height and build, but the impression they make is completely different. Yeah, like, Sir Sashin is, like, evil, sexy asshole, and then Inez is like, okay, you're kind of boring, but, like, whatever. Spacey, are you okay? We need to treat your wound. I really do want to read it, like, are you wounded? I see a cut on your shoulder, and... Can we just... It doesn't work at all with his name, but I just want to do it, because I'm running out of voices. Like... Glasses Asshole obviously has to have the standard Glasses Asshole voice. Yune has the softer, like, voice. But then again, at the same time, Ulrich also looks like he would have that voice. The fuck? Why do we have two lolly boys? And Adage looks kind of, like, where is he? Like, Elcreed's gonna be my favorite. Yeah, Ulrich looks like he's gonna, and Adage just, he looks kind of normsy too. Like, they don't, none of them really stand out as a, oh yeah, I'm the one with the cocky voice. You know what I mean? None of them have that voice. None of them do. None of them absolutely. He actually doesn't, based on the only CG that I can see, he doesn't seem like he'd have the terrible accent either. Okay, we won't give it to him. So, well, anyway. Blow to the other arm. Do you have any medical facilities? Finn, don't scold me. This is worse than you think. That wound is too serious to leave untreated. Finn took a handkerchief and deftly wrapped it around my left arm. He seemed to be correct. The handkerchief immediately turned red, which meant the wound was deeper than I thought. Nah, I'm fine. It's only a flesh wound. Your bloody arm's cut off. You had to expect Monty Python. I'm just saying. It's not unexpected at all. He's gonna have a deeper, more serious voice, but not like the super deep, like, asshole. But anyway, well, I'll figure it out. I just don't know now. Like, they all just are gonna have the same damn voices. This one is not good. No, I mean, the game is good, but this one is not good for voices. I'm just saying. I'll escort you to the medical room inside the Hound's headquarters. Sash... No need. This can't be called an injury. Sir Sashin wiped at the graze on his cheek, turned on his heel, and walked away. When he was gone, Sir Inez gave a sigh and looked at me. Let's go, then. Maybe we'll give Adage the really bad Irish accent. Excuse me. This guy's hair. Oh my god, and it's in a ponytail and it's over his shoulder. How long is your fucking hair? Okay, aside from the fact that it looks like you have a bob, I would have preferred it if they didn't give you these side pieces here, or give you the weird, and they just let your glorious long hair shine. And then why does everybody have better hair than our love interest? Why? Why? Like, could you guys just look at everybody else around you and do that? Because I'm just saying. Again, it looks like a bob because the way but I'm just saying, I would just want his long flowing hair. He should literally just have hair that's just blowing in the wind behind him. Be like, defies gravity. So much better. Just so much better. And you know what? Anyway. Hey, Inez. Oh, who's this? Observers from the heights. Inez looked at me expectantly. I really gotta find a better voice for him, but I just don't know what to do. So I realized he didn't know our names. Spacey to Stella. This is Finn Euclid. And Spacey got into an argument with Sashin, and was injured. There's blunt force trauma on her right arm and an open wound on her left. Please take a look at it. Of course, treating the wounded is my job, after all. I got no voices for any of these characters. I really don't. Like, I really don't have... I don't know what it is. I lost my voice ability. Not that I had a good one to begin with, but I'm just saying. What? What? Who came up with the names? Is it supposed to be Glizade? Glizade? Glizade Roselight? What the fuck? What the actual fuck? This is something 12-year-old me would have done writing a story and been like, I'm so creative with the names. Oh my fucking god. Okay, I'm Glizade Roselight. I work as a doctor for the Hounds. He needs a better voice, but I gotta figure it out anyway. Unfortunately, we're unlikely to meet again if you're a guest from the Heights. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. No, we'll be seeing you more often, and I gotta find a better voice for you. I'm sorry, but pleasure to meet you. Huh, you seem confused. Yes, both you and Inez are very different from Sir Sashin. I'm just a doctor. I'm not capable of his brutality. Glizade. Can we not call him that? Can we call her Dr. Roselight? It'd be so much easier. Whoops! I shouldn't have said that when the second in command was in earshot, even if it is the truth. Sashin Brandenburg leads the Hounds. He would chase his prey to the ends of the earth like a hound. A hound? You can't oppose him here in the Sanctuary District and expect to live. You provoked someone very dangerous. It seems like it, but Sir Sashin was about to injure a child. I can't excuse an abuse of power like that. I see. I hope your forthright instincts won't cost you your life one day. We can chit-chat later. Can you please tend to Spacey's wounds now? Oh my, I'm sorry. Please, this way. I need to dress the cut first. He has some kind of a voice. It's not right and good or whatever, but anyway. Glizade smiled and untied the handkerchief. I'm just gonna call him, like, fucking Glassy Eye. I'm just gonna change his name every fucking time. Glinda. I took off half my coat to expose my arm. Glinda made a small noise of appraisal. Finn leaned in. I'm sorry. Glissade, or Glissade, or whatever is fucking... Glissade! Glissade? Glissade? Glissade sounds better, but it still sounds stupid as shit. Half the names are really stupid, and this is all I'm saying. Anyway. How does the wound look? The cut's sharp and clean. It should heal neatly. If we stop the bleeding and wait a day, it should be back to normal. See, it wasn't a big deal. Finn sighed with relief, and I lightly slapped his stomach with the back of my hand. I don't like how you keep worrying too much. I only do it because you're so indifferent about yourself. What if you needed a transfusion? Then I would have gotten a transfusion. But you can't. Does your body reject transfusions? I'm sorry I'm showing so much curiosity. It's interesting to me as a doctor. Oh god, you're not going to be evil, are you? Yes, but it's really nothing dramatic. Oh god, we have some kind of weird magicalness. Oh, sweet Jesus. I have unusual blood. Okay, here we go. One transfusion gives me no troubles, but a second one is potentially fatal. Potentially fatal? I gotta pick a better voice for him. I don't know what to do with him. Look, Inez, could you just leave? Because I can't do your fucking voice and you're boring me. Anyway, yes, I'm told that antibodies form after the first transfusion, so more transfusion could cause a rejection. I don't know how it works exactly, and I've never had a transfusion, so I don't know if it's true. The cure could kill a... That's harsh. You should be, like, really bland and boring and say that's harsh. I'm really upset about this. I'm gonna go very angry. Speaking in a total monotone because he seems... See, could you just stand like that because you look better? Don't stand the other way. Also, fix your hair! God, both of you! Is it? A wound serious enough to need a transfusion would be mortal danger anyway, wouldn't it? Besides, as I said, I've avoided them so far, so there's no cause for concern. I mean, you could go your whole life without needing a transfusion, but you are a cop, so, like, I mean... Putting yourself at risk there, I'm just saying. You needn't worry about me. Finn is being fussy. I shrugged and smiled at Finn. But... It's normal to be worried for your partner. You too, Sir Inez. If you don't want others to worry, then don't get hurt. Don't you agree? Yes, that's true. I gotta find a better voice for it. I don't know. Sir Sashin is strong, but if the fight had gone differently, I think I could have won. If I duel him again, I'll... That's not what I mean. I meant that you shouldn't do something so reckless. Oh, I see. Having a strong moral code and wielding your sword in the name of justice is a good thing, but fighting the wrong battles and losing your life leads to nothing. All you leave behind is a grieving partner. That's true, I suppose. I'm sorry, Finn. Spacey, I'm just glad you understand now. I'll be a little more careful from now on. A little... Spacey, please. What a courageous girl you are. All right, your treatment is finished. Thank you. And if we can't remember his name is, we'll just call him Glinda every time we see him. You know we're going to see him again. We're going to be on down here. Shh, doesn't know that. I'll arrange a change of clothes for you so that you don't have to wear a damaged uniform. No, that won't be necessary. My overcoat is in good shape, and one has to look closely to see the damage to the uniform. All right. It's already fairly late. You should make for the station soon. Will there be another observation date? No. All that's required of you is to see the sanctuary district. Then the hounds sign your permit and the observation is complete. Oh, we were only here for such a short time. He's like, we didn't see shit! Yes, the observation for the Rank 2 exam is merely a ritual. With Sash elsewhere, I'll sign in his place. Your permits. Thank you. Here. He's actually like, I feel bad that he kind of stabbed you, so like. We handed over our permits, which he signed with a pen from one of his uniform's pockets. Again, I gotta find a better voice for him, so we'll figure it out. I don't know. Or we won't. He'll just be whatever. That will be enough. Let's go. I'll walk you there. Thank you. Glissad, thank you for the treatment. Take care. You don't see interesting women like her down here very often. I'd like to see her again someday. Shut up, you jinxed me! It was dark by the time we reached the station. I saw the sanctuary district in the distance, and beyond it the settlements of those native to the depths. I looked around, burning a scenery I didn't expect to see again into my memory. Thank you for your help today, Sir Inez. I'm sorry Sash was being abrasive. I know that this was just promotion protocol for you, but is there something you can take away from it anyway? Something I can take away. The Heights are a wonderful place! Oh, the Heights. I was like, the Heights are oh yeah, no, the Heights are a wonderful place. That I have to be stronger. What about you, Finn? I feel like we should say I have to be stronger. I need to be stronger. Words don't mean much in the end. Deeds need to back them up. I want to be strong enough to make sure that my beliefs can persevere. You're still young. You can become much stronger than you are now. Tread that path carefully and without haste. I will. Thank you. You should both get a good night's sleep. You had a long day. We will. Thank you. I mean, he is nice, but he's just... kind of boring. Just kind of boring. We saluted Sir Inez and boarded the lift. He kept an eye on us until the doors were completely closed. Maybe he'll be better in his route. I don't know. We were back inside the lift. Compared to our journey down, I felt much more relaxed. Probably because we're on our way back to the Heights. I let out a sigh of relief, happy that I was returning in one piece. Well, I guess the injury means I'm not entirely in one piece. The cut on my shoulder was no big deal, but the cut in the uniform was a problem. I can lie about my flesh, but the fabric... Mother will be horrified when she finds out. I haven't sewn anything since school. I hope I don't mess it up. Maybe I could ask Finn to do it. He might be better than I am. Hey, Finn, can you sew? I'm sorry. You're not good at it? Finn, sitting across, looked at me quizzically. I was at a loss. Are we misunderstanding each other? So? Oh, he must have misunderstood me after all. Look, my clothes are ripped, right? I showed him my uniform. I'm not good at sewing. I was thinking about asking you if you were decent at it. He's like, yeah, but what about the blood? Whatever, red uniform now. Oh, I see. I'm reasonably good at sewing, but I think a uniform should be given to a tailor. You could talk to the quartermaster. Oh, yeah. You're right. There's no reason to fix it myself. Thanks, Finn. So, why were you apologizing? I'm sorry that I didn't do anything. Didn't do anything? Yes, when you were fighting Brandenburg. When you were wounded, I didn't do anything. I'm sorry. I hate myself a little right now. I'm so sorry. Finn, don't bow to me. You did everything right. If we'd both fought, maybe I wouldn't have been hurt. And maybe we would have won. Maybe I wouldn't. Okay. But it wasn't a battle of 2-on-1. It was a duel. Nobody but me and Sir Sashin could fight it. You respected my wishes. That's all I wanted. Hanging back takes courage, too. Courage? No, that's not what I just didn't do anything. I didn't move at all. Having a sword and not using it is... I mean, what's the point of having it, then? Next time, then. Next time I'm in trouble, you can fight with me, okay? Okay, I swear I'll draw my sword for you when next you need it. Which is gonna be, like, tomorrow. But, like... And again, why we would end up in a rout with him, but... Thanks, Finn. I was happy that Finn was smiling again. Sir Inez was right. I don't want to make my partner sad. I was really happy to have Finn as my partner. I don't want to make him sad or have him worry. I have to change my behavior for that. Stopping in to see management before heading home has made me rather late, hasn't it? I hope my parents aren't too worried. I bid goodnight to Finn and opened the door. I'm home! Oh, Spacey! You're finally back! Mother? I looked at my frazzled mother in surprise and nodded. I'm sorry if you were worried. My work took longer than I thought. Yes, I was so worried. My mother, still far from calm, began to pace back and forth. This is odd. I've never been this upset before. I looked curiously at the clock on the wall. It's late, but not midnight. There have been times when I'd been even later and they'd been exasperated, but they'd never been upset before. Mother, is something... You're finally back! Father? We got a letter from the temple earlier informing us that the marriage was called off. Did something happen at work? Called off? I thought of my duel with Sir Sushin. That was in the depths. It's unrelated. Trying to think of any way that the duel could be the reason, I shook my head no. I've never heard of a marriage being called off. What are the other families going to think? Mother, please calm down. I can't calm down. How can you remain calm right now? Because I didn't want to get married. This is like fucking awesome news. Well, the government decided my marriage. Perhaps they had a reason to decide against it. A reason? What kind of reason? I don't know. I'll go to the temple first thing tomorrow and ask. Please calm down. You've had to work late today. I'm sure you're very tired. Get a good night's sleep. My father took pity on me. I don't want to leave my mother alone in the state, but my father will be with her. Good night, Mother. Father, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm dead tired. It does. It magically appears over. That's cool. I placed my sword against the wall and took off my overcoat. Then I began to untie my outer garment. It was a replacement with my own uniform handed in for mending. The buttons were in slightly different places, making my movements clumsy. I was relieved to finally get into my night clothes. Way too much happened today. It had been my first time to the depths. It was a crude world compared to the heights. I thought about the criminals that lived there and their overseers, the hounds. I would have liked to talk to my parents about it, but it wasn't the right time. My marriage, long in the process of planning, had been abruptly called off. I mean, that's curious. So I am, like, was that because Yune's like, no, I love her and I want to marry her because she was polite to me. She stepped out of my way and it was nice and I will marry her. You cannot have her. That'd be actually kind of funny. And you'd be like, that's kind of like presumptuous of you, but I mean, sure, I guess. I mean, she's like, he is a saint. We revere him. Oh, so I mean, I maybe that would be more appealing to her than, what the fuck is his name? Francis or whatever? I don't remember his name, but anyway, Fitzgerald. There you go. That's it. Anyway, I'm not as upset as my mother, but I assume the reason it wasn't hitting me as hard as her was my long-standing antipathy about it. Antipathy? Why does that not sound right? Why does that not sound right? I don't know. Anyway, that said, we can't really ignore it. My mother was right. Mid-tier nobility like my family had to maintain certain appearances. If word got out that our union with the Fitzgerald family was not to be, it's the Evans family, thank you, the shame might drive my mother to shut herself up in the house. At the very least, we need to find out why. A reason my mother and the world could accept, and that I could too. Tomorrow will be hell again. I wriggled down into bed and took a deep breath. After only a few inhales and exhales, I already felt like I was dissolving into the soft linen. My mind was very weary. Good night. What was that sound? It was too loud to be a figment of my imagination. I need to go check. Uh-oh. The house was very dark at night, and as quiet as always. Right now the silence feels ominous. I prayed nothing out of the ordinary would happen as I checked the rooms. I saw light seeping out from under a door in the hallway. The parlor. Is someone in there? I opened the door and stepped inside. This is where the shit goes down, guys. I looked around the parlor. There's nobody there. Did someone forget to turn off the light? I hadn't found the origin of the loud sound, but I hadn't found anything unusual either. Suppose I must have There was a knife lying at my feet. Why is this here? I picked it up. Girl, never pick up a knife! Haven't you watched any shows? Ugh. Now your fingerprints are on it. She'd be like, yes, because I walked in the room and I saw the knife. It was my father's birthday. My mother and I had gone out shopping, and on the way home I broke the news. Are you serious about this? Of course, Mother. I want to be a police officer. I want to protect the weak. You can protect the weak as a politician like your father. That's true, but I don't like sitting around. I don't think I'd be a good politician. So I want to be a police officer. Spacey, just because you want to doesn't mean you can. They have strict entrance examinations that you'll need to pass, And the promotions are also exam-based, I believed. There's probably a lot of physical work and sometimes injury. Are you saying I'm stupid? I don't want this future for you, especially considering your medical condition. That's true. It's probably not a good idea given my blood. We have magic blood. That's why Yune's route's the end. Okay, come on. But despite that, I still want to be a police officer. I don't want my blood to stop me. I'll take precautions to avoid truly serious injury. Please. I don't want you to have any kind of injury. But you're always so stubborn. And trying to change your mind is probably impossible. Does that mean I have your blessing? It does. It's my job to help make your life a happy one. If this is what you want, then I'll have to support it. It won't be easy for you, but I'm sure you'll accomplish it. I will. I'll never do anything to shame the Tistella family name. Oh, except for maybe murder you. Have my wedding called off, murder my parents. But it's not, I didn't do this on purpose, and I didn't actually do it. I'm being framed, but I'll work hard to become a police officer that you and Father can be proud of. Darkness. At first, there was nothing but a starless black void. Then I began to come back to my senses, starting with smell. I could smell dust. I could smell perfume. And a moment later, my sense of touch returned. My fingers were drenched in warm liquid. As I flexed my knuckles, I came to an important realization. I existed. I was alive. I'm at home. My vision blurred every time I took a breath. It was hard to focus on anything. There was a stinging pain on the back of my head. But at least I had to get up. I took 2 deep breaths and pushed myself up. Ow! My head. And it's just going to be magical that a servant or someone's going to come in right as you're standing there with the knife. Well, the murder happened 12 hours ago, but she's just standing there with the knife the whole time waiting for someone to find... Come on. And a doctor examines the back of your head, finds it. Come on. I'm just saying. Ow! My head. The back of my skull ached. What on earth? But there was a large pool of blood on the floor, and in the middle of it, I saw my mother and my father. Why? Both had gory wounds in their necks and lines of drool running from their mouths. Their wide eyes were sightless and unblinking. I didn't have to check for vital signs to know that they were dead. But why? Who? Why? For what? Questions overwhelmed my thoughts like a noisy crowd. My heart began to race. What? I looked up and saw myself in the mirror. I was clutching a blood-stained knife. How in the world, if she got knocked out and passed out, was she still holding the knife when she let it go? You know what I mean? But still. Regardless. I dropped the knife in shock. It made a light clang on the blood-drenched floor. What is this? Who did this? Who? I was the one holding the knife. Therefore, the one who... Mother and father... is me? A knock at the front door made me jump. We had a visitor. My heart felt like it was about to explode. You should start screaming for help, and then people would come in, and you'd be like, and then I just came in, and I found them, and then you're covered in blood, but it looks like because you just ran over and I don't know, I came in, and there was a knife on the ground, and I picked it up, and I was like, what the hell? And then I told my parents, and then I ran over, and then you knocked on the door, and that's when I started screaming. That explains away, because, that's kind of sort of what happened, just minus the I passed out in between, but I was having trouble breathing. It was like there was a heavy weight pressing on my chest. Although you could not blame her for not screaming because she could be in such shock that she's like what happened? Because that's a sight. I'm sorry. Who? It's Spacey. It's me. That voice. Is it Finn? You're going to open the door and be like, Finn? Hey, what happened? Stay calm. Come in and I'll explain. But, just come in, will you? Roger. I still don't really have any idea what's going on, but now Finn is here. What should I do next? Tell him what happened. Was it a mistake to let him inside? I couldn't ignore what had happened. Finn came in came to walk with me to the temple every day. Not telling him about what had happened to my parents would seem suspicious to anyone. Where are you hurt? We need to get you to the hospital. No, this isn't... I started to reach out, trying to calm Finn's confusion. Then I realized my hands were covered in blood. I hid it behind my back instead. Don't worry, I'm fine. No, I'm not fine. But this isn't my blood. I'm not hurt. I mean, emotionally. But whose? I couldn't bring myself to say it. I turned to look at the scene on the floor again. When Finn saw the lifeless bodies of my parents, all the color drained from his face. No. Why? Who did this? But... That can't be Spacey. I don't know. What's going on. I wanted to believe that all this was some kind of sick prank designed to shock me. Mother and father are dead. They won't laugh with me anymore. They won't call my name again. But this is just so... Why are they... I don't... Finn is absolutely no help in this situation because he is just a muttering fool like us, so... You gotta love him for... I kind of do love Finn, and I kind of understand why people want his route, because it's like... Oh, you're kind of fucking... You know what, Finn? You're great, but you are kind of fucking useless. But I just... Be a cop! But I don't know what to do! I don't either! Like, we are both stuttering fools right now. It's my parents, Finn. Jesus. Finn paced the floor erratically, his whole manner one of obvious distress. But at least I wasn't alone now. Having someone there with me helped me regain my composure. Who would do this? It's possible that the killer was me. Was it? No, I don't think so. I'd like to hope that it wasn't. I wanted to be sure, but couldn't be. The uncertainty had my stomach in knots. I had no memory of killing them. They were already dead when I woke up. However, I had clearly been the one with the knife. What happened? Tell me everything. Yes, right. I closed my eyes, concentrating on the things I knew for certain. I was very tired yesterday, so I went to bed soon after coming home. In the night, a loud sound woke me. I couldn't ignore it, and I got up to search the house. Nothing was out of the ordinary, except one detail. I saw light seeping into the dark hallway from one of the rooms. Assuming my parents were inside, I went in. But there was nobody there, and then I lost consciousness. When I came to, it was morning. I was holding this knife. My mother and my father were lying on the floor, dead. Finn hadn't moved a muscle throughout my account, listening in silence. That's all, I added helplessly, even though it seemed obvious. Do you see the knife? I was carrying that. It appears that my parents were stabbed. I'm the most obvious suspect. No. Finn's refusal was strong and clear. No, there's no way you'd kill your parents, Spacey. Oh, no, there's no way you'd kill your parents. Stay still. Finn pressed his fingertips against the back of my head. Ow! Sorry, but that hurt, didn't it? Someone knocked you unconscious. Your parents must have been killed after that. I'm certain that you're innocent. Thank you, Finn. Finn, I had no memory of attacking my parents. But the fact of the situation made me the most reasonable suspect under ordinary circumstances. Here's the thing. In a normal society, okay, they'd be like, okay, so we're going to take your passport and shit so you can't travel just in case you did it. And they're going to investigate and blah, blah, blah. And they'd be like, okay, yeah, your fingerprints were on the knife, but okay, you were also knocked unconscious. It's clear from the evidence in the back of your head. And like, I mean, who knows which way it would swing if you went to a jury. But, I mean, I guarantee you, in this it'll be like, well, I mean, your parents are dead, and we have to throw someone into the depths for it. So we're just going to do it to you and not bother actually solving the crime. I mean, yeah, we're sure you're actually probably innocent, because, like, what you said makes sense, totally. But somebody's got to go to jail for this, and since, you know, we don't know who else could have done it, we'd have to actually investigate, and it would, like, we'd have to do our jobs, and that would kind of suck, so, like, off with her head! It's exactly what's gonna fucking happen, and it's stupid as fuck. But we wouldn't have the plot of the story if, you know what I mean? If they didn't send her to the depths for a murder she didn't commit. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, all right, so we'll try to figure it out and you just wander around here. And then, like, what would be the whole point? You know what I mean? Like, introducing the depths and like that's a horrible slum that we don't want to go to. And then this horrible guy who's going to try to rape us and shit probably, you know, because, bitch, you're in my territory now and we're a prisoner. And like, I'm just saying. So yeah. Anyway, but the facts of the situation made me the most reasonable suspect under ordinary circumstances. Finn's faith in me had dispelled my own doubt about whether I was guilty or not. I can't be. I realized that I was beginning to tear up. I berated myself that this was no time to lose my steadfast self-control. Now isn't the time to cry. I'll have enough time later. No, you won't. I took a deep breath to help me order my thoughts. No, then you're going to need all semblance of control you have to fight off Rapey McDoucheface. Who would do this? I don't know, but it's a bad situation. If anybody finds out, they'll suspect you first. I mean, we can't not, tell people my parents are dead. Finn's right. I imagine what a stranger walking into the scene would have deduced. They'd have declared Spacey to Stella a murderer without hesitation. So, this is what you and Finn do. I woke up, or I was knocked unconscious. I woke up, my parents were dead, and like, whatever, like, I mean, come on. It's just, it's explaining it, not being like, well, I had the knife in my hand, so I must have done it. I mean, she's gonna go down anyway, but she might as well, like, you know, it's not gonna work out, and it's like, oh dear God, for fuck's sake. It doesn't mean I should conceal the crime. Fuck yeah, right? I couldn't leave my parents like this. My father was a politician. His colleagues would soon notice his absence. I mean, you can't not tell people! I considered concealing the corpses, but didn't know of any location where they remained hidden. Okay, that just makes you look guilty! Well, okay, so I hid the bodies. I'm not guilty, I didn't kill my parents, but I hid the bodies because I wanted to find out who killed them. Girl! That makes you look so much more guilty! You'd think as a cop she would know this shit! Oh, for fuck's sake! Oh, come on! I thought you were intelligent. Stop this. Hide their corpses? The thought alone was practically an admission of guilt. Thank you. Okay. Trying to maintain a facade was almost certain to end in disaster. Finn, go get help. I'll tell Sir Cordoa the truth. My words startled Finn. You're right. This is a bad situation for me. But the more I try to hide, the worse it'll become. I want to go to him and tell him the truth. That's the best solution, I think. Why don't you have him come here? Yes, I think so too. You can go home if you want. I'll go to Sir Cordoa. No, I'll accompany you. I don't want to leave you alone. Finn, I'm your partner. Let me help you when it counts. Yeah, no, I mean, he is, like, so far best boy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he is, like, best friendo, best... I understand why everyone wants his route. I can't say that I don't either. And he's not normally the character that I'm into. You know, it's like, oh, the ones that totally in love with you is kind of like the nice guy friend, boy next door kind of thing. But you believe in us, Finn. Nobody else has been there for us when our parents were murdered. Also, he's only one of 2 love interests. So, okay, we met Yune technically, but like, whatever. Like, he went passing, like, thanks for letting me walk by. Peace. That's basically all he did. He gave us a Pope wave, and that's fucking it. So, like, I got nothing to go on. And Inez is just boring. So far, Finn's the best. Anyway, thank you. Thank you for being there for me. Mother and father are dead. They won't come back. But Finn was still there. He said he believed in me. His kindness knocked the wind out of my sails, and the tears I'd held back before returned, almost overwhelming me. Wow, I could have read that as a whole sentence, but... Spacey... No, don't come closer. Finn stepped forward to comfort me, but I stopped him. You shouldn't get any blood on your uniform. I'm strong. I'll be okay. I'll change into my uniform. Please wait outside. Roger, I'm your friend, no matter what happens. Thank you, Finn. Finn. #1 home slice. Is all that really true? Yes, I wouldn't joke about the death of my parents. No, of course you wouldn't. Well, do you have any suspicions? No, nobody. My father and my mother were both well liked. I'm not, however. As a politician, he no doubt had enemies, though. And at the very least, I don't know of anybody who bore ill will towards them. I see. Sir Cordoa, what will happen to Spacey now? It depends. Her father's profession may make things more complicated. I'll order an immediate investigation. As you'll be part of it, Tistella, please remain within the temple. Understood. Euclid? I'll stay with her. All right. You need to be strong now, Tistella. Yes, I know. And they go and they're like, you lied to us! Your parents are fine! Send her to hell! What? There was only This was the only possible course of action, but I feel uneasy. No matter what I did, it couldn't change the fact that my parents were dead. Gone from me forever. Everything reminded me of that. But this is for the best. Attempting to hide their deaths would have done nothing except make me the prime suspect. This was the best choice. Yeah, honestly. Do you want to go to the chapel? The chapel? Yes, I thought you might want to pray for your parents. Not that it'll make any difference, but... Finn looked away and mumbled a dejected apology. Yes, I'll do that. But if I'm alone right now, I think I'll go insane. Will you come with me, Finn? Yes, gladly. This place is always so quiet. Yes, there's nobody here but us. The chapel was part of the temple, a place to offer devotion to the holy Yune. We approached the icon of our faith and said our prayers, then sat down on one of the pews. Is it kind of weird that we have a romance path with a saint? Like, I think it's a little weird, but I'm kind of intrigued by it. Not gonna lie. Kind of glad he's last. Not because I think he's gonna be best boy, but I just find that whole dynamic, just the whole, like, we worship him for fuck's sake, and then we're gonna, like, literally fuck him? That is so bizarre, and I'm down with it. like I didn't expect to have that kind of a route, but alright. Finn sat beside me. The only sound I could hear in the quiet was our breathing. Father, Mother, I know that they were mortal and that someday their lives would end. Just didn't expect it to happen so early in my own life, or so brutally. Was there some way I could have saved them? I tried to think of anything I might have done for them, but drew a blank. The stab wounds were deep. It must have been very painful. May they at least rest peacefully in the world beyond. The thing is if you were knocked unconscious before they were murdered, right? Then, like, the killer got their attention, so they walked in, so like, oh no, Spacey! And then stabbed them. Or they were already dead in the room, and you walked in and were like, what the fuck is this knife on them? Bam! Okay, now I get to leave. I mean, you think you'd have noticed all the blood in the room, but I'm just saying, you never know. I looked at the ceiling. My breathing was steady. I expect this will postpone the marriage, won't it? Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. Weddings are held here sometimes. It made me remember your marriage arrangements. You tried on the wedding dress. You would have gotten married here soon. It's a shame. Well, the marriage was called off yesterday either way. Called off? But why? He's going to be the only person to go, that seems suspicious. So you tried to stab that guy. And you have weird magical blood. I don't know, there's a lot of pieces in this puzzle, and I haven't quite built the edge of the puzzle yet. You know what I'm saying? But we just dumped the box out. We're like slowly pulling the pieces out of the box, basically. So we've got magical blood. We're gonna fuck a saint. Like down the road. We tried to stab the guy who's probably gonna make our life hell when we get sent to the depths. Oh, our parents are dead. We are gonna get accused of killing them, but we didn't kill them. But who did kill them, and why did they kill them? And what about our marriage? And like, why the fuck did they take Finn's route out? I don't think we're gonna find out how that piece fits into the puzzle, but I'm just saying. Called off? But why? I don't know. My parents told me when I got home. They didn't know why. They were pretty disappointed about it, though. I wasn't as depressed over it as they were. I never wanted the marriage very much in the first place. Perhaps I wasn't even a little relieved that it was canceled. I was going to come to the temple first thing in the morning to ask why. We talked about it before I went to bed. That was my last conversation with them. I wish I could go back to the past. Losing them this way was horrible. We never even had a proper goodbye. All they'd ever done was support me, and I'd never had the chance to return that favor. And now I never could. What's going to happen to me now, I wonder? I had no idea. I felt like a vast darkness was engulfing me. Oh, it's going to get worse. You'll be fine. Oh, Finn, you son of a bitch. Good for you for trying. You're full of shit, though. But I appreciate it. Fix your fucking hair. Finn placed his hand on mine. Finn, I told you, I'll always be your friend. No matter what anyone says, I'll always believe in you. He's so adorable. Thanks. I took his hand and laid my head on his shoulder. I'm a little tired. Can I rest here for a minute? Of course. Sleep if you need to. Thank you. Thank you, Finn. Maybe Finn's the one who called off the wedding because he's like, I've been having sex with her, and then he killed our parents, and maybe it's all Finn, and that's why they took the rat out, because at the end of the game, you're like, I hate Finn, why did you do that? And I don't know. That'd be a fucking twist, wouldn't it? I wonder if, with his route in the game, where it fits in the spoilery... You know what I mean? Like, Elkcreed and Ulrich are kind of the least spoilery, so you could do them in any order. You know, whatever, and Yune's the most spoilery. So I wonder where Finn's would have fit. Would he be, like, in the middle somewhere? Would he have been the first route you go down? You know what I mean? Like, because if he was, like, in the very beginning, like, oh, he has a very unspoilery route. He has something to do with this. I'm just so suspicious of every single person because Otome games have taught me not to trust. Okay? Because you're like, I love you. Why did you slip? Why would you put me in a cage? Why would you try to stab me? What do you mean you're evil? What? Why? Why would you do this to me? There's always someone who just fucks with your trust in these games. And I just feel like that would be Finn. You know what I mean? Because you're like, I trust you and you're so great and you killed my parents. Why? Like, you know what I mean? Just saying. Or Sir Cordoa, because you're like, he's so nice and he's my bestest friend, and he's the one, like, you know what I'm just saying? Like, it's never like Sir Sashin. You're like, if he was like, I killed your parents, you'd be like, yeah, no, I totally, like, dude, like, I expect that from you. You know, like, he'd be like, my master evil plan, and you'd be like, yeah, no, we know, you're evil, you're an asshole, like, I expect this shit from you. But, like, Finn comes out with that, or Cordoa comes out with that shit, and you're like, what? They're the criminal masterminds, is all I'm saying, because you don't expect that shit from them. Unless you're me, then you just don't trust anybody. Like, Finn, you're like... Look at Nightshade. Just saying. Not going to spoil that one, but there was that one particular route where I was like, why? What? How dare you? Rage flip my computer because of how much that pissed me off. That's out of character. Fuck you. So I just expect this shit from Finn now. That's all I'm saying. Just don't trust anyone anymore. Anyway. I'm glad I found the pendant. They won't find me if I sneak back to my room. Spacey, where were you? It's so late. Mother, I've told you before that you shouldn't wander around outside. What if you get kidnapped? I'm sorry. I'm just happy you're all right. You're her only daughter. Please try to... That's enough, Misty. She looks pretty miserable already. Keith and Misty. Oh my god, our parents. Dear. You had a reason to wander around outside, didn't you? My father's kind voice calmed me down and I nodded. I lost the pendant Mother gave me. I went to find it. I found it, look. I turned towards my mother and apologized again. I'm glad you and your pendant both safely made it home. My father embraced me. His facial hair tickled against my cheek. What facial hair? He's got like the skinniest fucking weird mustache ever. We worry about you because you mean so much to us. He has bad Finn hair is all I'm saying too. Like, why did they give him the bad Finn hair? See, okay, if our dad has the terrible haircut, who cares? Why does Finn have it? Why? I know he's not a love interest, but he technically is, but... I love you too. Both of you. We love you too, Spacey. There she is! Footsteps echoed through the chapel. Finn and I barely had a chance to stand before they had us surrounded. What is this? This doesn't make you look like... I didn't understand what was going on. I looked around, confused by the hostile glares being aimed at us. Spacey Testella, you're under arrest for the murder of Keith Testella and Misty Testella. I'm under arrest? What? No, this must be a mistake. She didn't do it. Shut up, Rank 1 officer. We have incontrovertible evidence. We'll expel you if you obstruct justice. It's okay, Finn. Let's follow their orders. I don't want you to lose your job because of me. But, Finn, you said you'd trust me. You really meant that, didn't you? Yes, of course. Then I can accept my fate. If there's someone who believes me, I can accept it. But you're being charged with a crime you didn't commit. This isn't right. I know, but I can't fight my way out of this. Like, someone is setting us up and we are not going to find out till Yune's rat, and it's probably him, right? Anyway. Why, I don't understand, but... You needed to go through suffering so you could become the savior of heights. Oh, some kind of magical bullshit. I'm just saying we have magical blood, right? So it's got to be some kind of weird-ass fucking shit like that. No matter what they say, I'm innocent. I'll never confess to killing my parents. I'll clear my name someday, and I want you to be there on that day. I will be. That's enough. Come with us. An officer stepped between us, making it impossible for me to take Finn's outstretched hand. The men marched me away from Finn, their expressions watchful and wary. I turned as we reached the chapel door. Spacey. Finn's expression was devastated as he looked at me. Stay here until we receive further orders. Don't make a scene. Dude. I'm gonna actually stop here while we're stuck in this room, pondering. I like that. We have irrefutable evidence. And what is that? My fingerprints on the knife? Because I told you how that happened. And I have a lump on my head that you can see is like, so what did I do? I killed my parents and I bashed myself on the head to make... I mean, that's not a bad idea to make it look like there's a doubt that you killed your parents and that somebody was trying to frame you. I'm just saying. Don't commit murder, kids. I'm just saying. So, alright, well, I mean, but come on. Would I really think of that? Obviously, I just did, so... Okay, whoops. But anyway. So yeah, we'll continue this in the next part. My God! It's so intriguing. I do enjoy the mystery, so hopefully this doesn't, like... You know, like, some games, you get to the point, you're like, okay, it's just dragging on and on and on. And you're like, alright, like... The first part was really good, but then there was a lull in it, and I was like, can we just get down to the depths already? I want to see what happens. And then that part was just like, holy fucking... Once we got there, it was like, holy shit! And like, I don't know! Like, what is this, the third part? There's lots pretty much happened, so... I mean... Yeah, I'm just kind of hoping it kind of keeps up the pace, so that, like, it's not like, oh, well... Alright, we're in part 47 of his route. Oh my God, can we just be done with this already? You know what I mean? Like, some games lag. Or, like, by the time you're in the third route, you're like, are we still doing this game? Because it's getting kind of boring. Like, no offense to Nightshade, I really did enjoy that game, but there was a lot of, like... So, day 37 of walking through the woods. We're walking through the mountains, and we had a conversation, and then it's day 46. We're walking... Okay, seriously, can we just, like... Like, I get it, but it was an awful lot of the same old shit. I need us to roll the plot along a little bit. You know? This one, a lot of shit's happening, so it's kind of exciting. But, you know. Let's not make it like 2 hours and 58 minutes of a movie of boredom, and then the last 2 minutes is really exciting. That's all I'm saying. So, we'll see how it goes, but so far, I'm intrigued. So, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up, and subscribe to see more.